Dear all students, I request and I welcome to all of my friends who are in YouTube and my channel Defense LR. Today, discussing, and before we have to discuss on that, Harar Mahadev Om Namah Shivaya, Nagendra Haray Trilochanay, Bhasmang Garagai Namah Shivaya, Nityay Suddhai Digambarai, Tasme Vakarai Namah Shivaya. Today, we have to discuss on one of the base chapter for class 10th, and it is related to footprints without feet. One of the most important chapter, many questions that has based on this chapter, and it has been asked in all board examination. That is the chapter A Question of Trust, in which, my dear all friends, there are two and three characters that you have to mention in this story, that a question of trust. Here, Horace Danby is the one character. He was a lock, you can say that lock maker businessman, where two and three staffs that he had already acquired. Then other characters, that is a young lady. Then the characters, that is 60 years of old lady. If we are talking about the question of trust, overall the central idea of this story, that Horace Danby was a very passionate person. He was a lockmaker businessman. He had already acquired two staffs also, but he has a very passionate for expensive and such kind of secret books or magazines. You can say that Horace Danby was very passionate to get such kind of magazines, and through that particular magazines he would get the right time, or he would get the right planning. What happened in this story? Horace Danby, he robbed in a 1 year in any family that is always the richest family. That Horace Danby decided to rob first and final in this year, that every year he robbed a one richest house, a one richest family, for fulfilling her प्रोफेशन और फुलफिलिंग हेयर डिजायर. हॉरेस डेनबी एक ऐसा व्यक्ति है जो अपने पैशन के लिए साल भर में किसी एक धनी व्यक्ति के यहाँ चोरी करता है. वह व्यक्ति बहुत धनी है और किसी धनी घर के यहाँ वह इस प्रकार का प्लानिंग, कुछ ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण और जो बहुत ही एक्सपेंसिव है, बहुत ही पैसा लगता है किसी मैगजीन में, किसी पत्रिका में, उसके माध्यम से वह किसी घर के बारे में, किसी अच्छे रिचेस्ट पर्सन के बारे में जानकारी इकट्ठा करता है. इन दिस स्टोरी there was a place, and that place name was Shotover Grange, and there was a building, there was a very famous and beautiful building which was situated at the Shotover Grange, where Horace Danby got such kind of information from magazines, from secret and expensive magazines. He had made a plan. He went to the secret places which is situated and which were situated at the Shotover Grange. He went through the wall. He already knew about that the housekeeper which had changed their duties, and the duration was for 1 and 2 hours, where he got the information that housekeeper had kept the all keys not outside of the kitchen wall. And Horace Danby just came into the house through the behind of the wall. He saw the bunch of keys which were put on the outside of the kitchen wall, where the housekeeper had put the bunch of keys on the outside area of the kitchen wall. He got the bunch of keys. He opened the drawing rooms. He got many pictures. He got many books. He got many kind of other things, even in that house which is situated at Shotover Grange, where he got the information that the person who lived in that house were 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 gone into London. So there were the time difference that they must have to lock the door, and Horace Danby wanted to unlock the all kind of rooms. Even he got the information through magazines that the all informations which had been designed in the for different rooms. Horace Danby went into the drawing room where he wanted to unlock the safe, because into the safe there were many jewelries, many ornaments which were made of very expensive and precious matter. So when Horace Danby decided to unlock the safe, at that time he had already saved different type of books and other pictures, and he believed in myself that if we have to keep the expensive books, that has got the small place into the small house, because Horace Danby lived into the small house. So he had already collected some pictures and books. When he entered into the drawing room, he saw the safe in which the jewelries had been kept. When he decided to unlock the safe was already locked with the numbers. And when he decided to unlock the safe, some voices came through the doorway of the houses that you were in fever or something. A young lady automatically, even sudden, came in front of the Horace Danby. And the voices he heard, he was very fearful that someone was already at the doorway of the house. When she came entered, or when she entered into the house, the lady, she said that why you were here. And after that Horace Danby felt so fearful, and Horace Danby decided to escape out from that house, because he felt that the young lady who stood in front of me was the real house owner of this house. So Horace Danby just tried to beg himself and try to make a request in front of that lady that please you let me go. I promise to you I never try to do any places for these kind of things. Horace Danby already explained about himself that I was not that kind of thief. I was already the right kind of thief, that I had promised myself to rob only the richest person's house where I got the money to fulfill my desire, that I was very passionate for expensive and secret magazines that I used to study and that I used to read that particular magazines. So it was very important for me that how I could overcome from that particular problem. He he requested to the young lady that please let me go, because young lady replied very quickly that I hate such kind of wrong people and we must have to save our society from the wrong people. Then Horace Danby replied himself that I was not the wrong people, I was doing the right thing for my right purpose, but I promise to you. मतलब हॉरेस डनबी ये भी कहता है कि मैं आपसे प्रॉमिस करता हूँ कि मैं आज के बाद किसी के घर में इस तरह से चोरी नहीं करूँगा, मुझे जाने दो. आफ्टर दिस रिक्वेस्ट द young lady was very silent. He went through the safe silver box and he got the secret. When he got the secret from that particular silver box, Horace Danby automatically he put off the gloves from the hand and he got the lighter from his pocket and went to give the lighter to the young lady. And he hoped that please let me go. I promised you I did not do anything. But the young lady, when he saw that Horace Danby gave me the lighter to lighted the cigarettes, he said that okay, I give you the permission to go from this house, but you have to do something for me. Horace Danby replied very positively that whatever you have to say, I must have to do. Then the young lady said that before we left the London, I promised to my husband that I must have to put these all jewels into the bank, but it was not possible. In tonight party, I must have to wear these all kind of jewels. So how did you help me? Horace Denby replied very honestly that did you have forget your lock numbers or something? The young lady replied very cleverly that yeah, I have forgotten or I had forgotten. So please you have to do something. Horace Danby said to the young lady that please give me 1 hour. I have to break the lock or I have to break the safe. After 1 hour, Horace Danby got success and Horace Danby had broken the lock of the unlocked safe and he had given the all jewels to the young lady and he escaped out from the house safely. Within 2 days, Horace Danby realized that I promised to the young lady, so I did not think about the robbing to another house. मतलब हॉरेस डेनबी ने क्या किया, 1 घंटे के अंदर में उस लॉक को तोड़ करके और उस सेफ से सारे ज्वेलरी को निकाल करके उस यंग लेडी को देकर वहाँ से वो निकल गए. हॉरेस डेनबी उस हाउसेस से शोटोवर ग्रैंज से निकल कर बाहर आ गए और उन 2 दिन तक उनको ऐसा लगा कि भाई मैंने तो प्रॉमिस किया है उस यंग लेडी से, तो मुझे चोरी नहीं करना है. तीसरे दिन उनको लगा कि भाई इस महीने में कुछ अच्छे और मतलब एक्सपेंसिव बुक्स आने वाले हैं. तब तक में इन आफ्टरनून द पुलिस अराइव्ड एट देयर हाउस एंड अरेस्टेड हॉरेस डेनबी टू रॉब इन एट द शूटओवर ग्रेंज द फेमस बिल्डिंग. हॉरेस डेनबी को ऐसा लगा कि भाई पुलिस मुझे अरेस्ट कर रही है, जब मेरे मन में ये ख्याल आ रहा है कि भाई बहुत सारे मतलब 2-3 ऐसे बुक हैं जो काफ़ी महंगी है और इस महीने में आने वाली है और मैंने उस यंग लेडी से प्रॉमिस किया है कि मुझे कहीं चोरी नहीं करना है. तब तक में दोपहर में पुलिस आ जाती है और उसको लेकर पुलिस स्टेशन जाती है. आई थिंक हॉरेस डेनबी थॉट दैट द लेडी वाज ऑलरेडी हरसेल्फ दैट सी गेव मी द परमिशन टू अनलॉक द सेफ और टू ब्रेक द सेफ. हॉरेस डेनबी को लगता है कि भाई जो लेडीज है वो तो मकान मालिकिन है, तो हमको बोलबे की है कि तुम इस सेफ को तोड़ करके मुझे ज्वेलरी दे दो. बट वो जब पुलिस स्टेशन जाता है एट दैट टाइम देयर वाज द डिफरेंस दैट द लेडी वाज 60 years old and she was very old. Horace Danby became so shocked and became so surprised that the lady was not the young lady. और उस समय उसको लगता है कि जो वो लेडी है जो मेरे से इस तरह से बात की वह मुझसे भी ज़्यादा चतुर चोर निकली. और फिर हॉरेस डेनबी को सज़ा हो जाता है और फिर वो पुस्तकालय में जब जेल में नौकरी करता है तो उसको लगता है कि आई वॉज नॉट द ग्रेटर, अदरवाइज द यंग लेडी वॉज सो ग्रेटर एंड सो क्लेवर देन मी दैट सी चीटेड मी वेरी रियल एंड आई got a real belief on that particular lady and that lady was not the real owner of that house. So the central idea of this story was based on the question of trust, and the question of trust was very negative because Horace Danby did not feel in this story that the young lady was the real owner. He felt very honestly that the young lady was real owner. He promised himself that I did not rob any houses, so please let me go. But when he was arrested, he felt that young lady was not the real owner of this house. This lady who was 60 years old and young, who was the real owner of this house, and really it was my mistake that I had made my whole belief on that particular lady. तो ओवरऑल इस पूरे क्वेश्चन ऑफ ट्रस्ट कहानी से ये शिक्षा मिलती है कि हमें एक प्रश्न बनता है कि हम किस पे विश्वास करें. एक बार इस कहानी में लेडीज कहती है कि मुझे बुरे जो लोग हैं वो भी मुझे क्या होते हैं तो पसंद होते हैं. फिर हॉरेस डेनबी अपने आप के विषय में बताता है और फाइनली ये होता है कि यंग लेडी बहुत ही चालाक चोर निकल जाती है जो सारा ज्वेलरी लेकर भी सेफ हो जाती है और हॉरेस डैनबी को पुलिस गिरफ्तार कर लेता है उसके फिंगर प्रिंट्स के लिए, क्योंकि उसने अपने ग्लव्स को उतार करके ही लाइटर दिया था जलाने के लिए, और उस लाइटर को जलाने से हॉरेस डैनबी को यह भरोसा हुआ कि मैं सिगरेट जलाने में अपने लाइटर का इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ तो ये महिला मुझे ईमानदार समझकर मुझसे कुछ काम लेकर मुझे छोड़ देगी। लेकिन ये सारी बातें हॉरेस डैनबी की गलत निकली। जब वह पुलिस स्टेशन पहुंचा तो उसको लगा कि मेरी ये गलती थी, और हॉरेस डैनबी अगर अरेस्ट हुआ है तो अपने फिंगरप्रिंट के ही वजह से, क्योंकि उसने ग्लव्स उतार के ही लाइटर दिया, उसके बाद ही उसने सेफ के लॉक को भी, क्योंकि उस नंबर्स को ना हॉरेस डैनबी जान रहा था, और महिला स्पष्ट बोल दी कि मैं भी भूल चुकी हूँ, क्योंकि हॉरेस डैनबी महिला से पूछ रहा है एक मकान मालकिन के सेंस। तो ओवरऑल जो स्टोरी है वो ये बता रहा है कि हॉरेस डैनबी अपने आप को बहुत चतुर और चालाक चोर समझता था। वह किसी और प्रोफेशन में है, वह लॉक मेकर का काम कर रहा है, 2 नौकर को भी रखा है, एक व्यवसायी का काम कर रहा है, और अपने शौक के लिए चोरी कर रहा है, और उसमें फाइनली उसको धोखा मिलता है एक यंग लेडी से। आई रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हु वेयर इन क्लास 10th, you must have to go through the central idea of this story. Thank you so much that you all connected to me, and the viewers who were watched me. नागेंद्र हाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांग गरागाय नमः शिवाय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मे वकाराय नमः शिवाय। जय हिंद, भारत माता की जय। एंड अगेन I welcome to all of my followers and welcome to all of my students who were connected and who had been connected since 2016 to till now. I must have to make myself alive to all stories very honestly in front of you all. जय हिंद, भारत माता की जय।